Did you know that apart from the 4 basic bending styles in Avatar, there are 12 special bending abilities derived from these elements? However, only a select few benders can master these rare powers, and each one has its own unique strengths and limitations. But which special bending stands out as the most powerful? Today, I'm going to rank and break down all the special bending abilities in Avatar to determine which one takes the top spot. So before we begin, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on my latest videos, and if you're a fan of Avatar, let me know in the comments below. So let's get into the video. Kicking off our list at number 12 is Spirit Projection Bending. This technique allows the user to send their spirit out of their body, enabling them to explore the world in an intangible form. It requires intense focus and is best used in quiet, distraction-free environments. While it's fascinating, spirit projection doesn't offer any offensive or defensive capabilities. The user's physical body is left vulnerable, which is why it takes the bottom spot. The ability's primary strength lies in spiritual exploration and connection, but it lacks practicality in combat or defense. Notable users include Jinora and Mongol, who demonstrated the technique's potential, especially during spiritual events like harmonic convergence. Next up at number 11, we have Flight, also known as weightlessness. This extremely rare ability is only demonstrated by 2 airbenders, Guru Lagima and Zaire. To achieve flight, an airbender must let go of all earthly desires and fully embrace the freedom of the wind. While flight is an incredible ability, it has its limitations. The user is still vulnerable to environmental factors, as seen when Zaire was caught in a tornado despite his flying abilities. The lack of control over the surrounding environment puts this ability at number 11 on our list. Taking the 10th spot is Spiritbending. This technique is a variation of waterbending used to manipulate spirits by balancing or unbalancing their energy. It was first introduced by Unalaq and later learned by Korra. Spiritbending can either pacify a spirit or turn it hostile by shifting its energy from positive to negative. While powerful, this technique isn't foolproof. For instance, Korra struggled to use it effectively on spirit vines, as they became stronger after being momentarily dispelled. Despite its potential, Spiritbending's limitations put it lower on our list. Coming in at number 9, we have Healing, a special ability of waterbenders. This technique allows waterbenders to heal physical wounds and alleviate certain mental strains. While it's an invaluable skill for restoring health, it does have limitations. Healing can't cure birth defects, such as Toph's blindness, or fatal injuries, as seen when Katara couldn't heal Jet's internal injuries. Additionally, it cannot undo damage caused by bloodbending or restore severed bending abilities. However, when used with water from the Spirit Oasis, it becomes far more effective, which boosts its ranking but not enough to make it higher on the list. Seismic bending, or seismic sense, takes the 8th spot. This technique, mainly used by earthbenders like Toph Bifong, allows the user to sense vibrations through the earth, providing them with a map of their surroundings. It's a form of echolocation, helping the user see the world by detecting vibrations caused by objects and people. Toph, who is blind, uses this ability to navigate effortlessly. The skill also helps detect lies, as a bender can sense changes in heart rate and breathing through the earth. However, while incredibly useful, seismic bending is a passive ability and doesn't have an offensive impact on its own. It relies heavily on combining with other bending techniques, such as metalbending or earthbending, to be effective in combat. While it is invaluable for tactical awareness and detection, it lacks the direct offensive power that most of the other special bending abilities offer. At number 7, we have Lightning Redirection, a specialized technique within firebending. This ability, invented by Iroh, allows the user to absorb and redirect lightning, transforming a deadly force into something controllable. The technique requires the bender to guide the lightning through their body, from their fingertip to their stomach, and then out through the other arm. The key to this ability is controlling the lightning's flow without letting it pass through the heart, as that would be fatal. Though initially a defensive skill, it's extremely valuable in situations where one must counter an attack without overwhelming force. While impressive, lightning redirection has a significant limitation. It requires the presence of lightning. This makes it less versatile than other special bending techniques. It's effective when used correctly but is not a go-to offensive ability in most situations, which limits its practical use in combat. Next, at number 6, we have lightning generation. Unlike lightning redirection, this ability allows a firebender to create lightning from scratch, forming an electrical bolt from their hands. It requires the bender to separate the energies of yin and yang mentally, guiding the positive and negative forces to create a lightning bolt. This skill was first shown by Azula and later by other powerful firebenders like Ozai. Lightning generation is an incredible offensive tool, capable of dealing devastating damage with a single strike. However, it comes with a significant drawback: it's extremely difficult to control. It requires immense concentration and mastery over one's Kai, making it taxing on the bender's reserves. Generating lightning also takes more time than regular firebending, which can give opponents a chance to counterattack. Though incredibly powerful when mastered, the complexity and time it takes to create lightning make it less efficient in quick combat situations compared to other bending abilities that require less precision and concentration. Coming in at number 5, we have Metalbending, an earthbending sub-skill first discovered by Toph Bifong. Toph revolutionized earthbending by using her seismic sense to detect and manipulate the trace amounts of earth present in refined metals. This ability was a game changer, giving earthbenders the power to control materials they previously couldn't manipulate. Metalbending became integral to the development of Republic City's metalbending police force, showcasing its real-world application. However, while metalbending is extremely versatile, it has limits. Pure metals, like platinum, are impervious to metalbending because they don't contain enough earth in their composition. Despite this, the technique is incredibly effective against armored enemies, metal structures, and even in creating unique forms of combat. The ability to manipulate metal also opens up possibilities for defense, creating barriers or weapons from metal. Metalbending's potential is vast, but it still relies on certain limitations, such as the types of metal available for manipulation, which slightly limits its overall strength compared to more elemental bending forms. At number 4, we have lava bending, a rare and powerful form of earthbending that allows the user to control molten rock or lava. This technique is an extreme variation of earthbending, as it requires immense heat and precision to manipulate the molten substance. It's a devastating ability that can be used to create rivers of lava, launch molten projectiles, or even cause volcanic eruptions. The first known user of lava bending was Zito, but the technique was most famously utilized by the avatar Kyoshi and later Gazan. Gazan's lava bending abilities were highly advanced, enabling him to create lethal lava shuriken, set the ground ablaze, and even manipulate lava with incredible precision. While lava bending is immensely destructive, it also has its limits. The bender must be able to control the flow and intensity of the lava, as it can quickly become unstable and cause collateral damage. The unpredictability of lava's movements can make it harder to control than more basic bending techniques, which lowers its overall effectiveness in certain combat situations. Coming in at number 3, we have combustion bending, a rare and dangerous form of firebending that allows the user to channel their Kai through their forehead to generate explosive energy beams. This power produces a high-energy beam capable of immense damage, including vaporizing water, shattering rocks, and even countering fire attacks. The skill is visually marked by the distinct third eye tattoo, which is a telltale sign of a combustion bender. One of the most notable practitioners was Combustion Man, who used his technique to pursue and attack Team Avatar, and Pali, who displayed the ability to curve the beam for more strategic attacks. While highly destructive, combustion bending has significant weaknesses. A disruption in the Kai flow, even from something as small as a pebble, can cause catastrophic explosions, injuring the user. Additionally, the third eye tattoo is a clear weak point, making combustion benders vulnerable to targeted strikes. Despite these drawbacks, combustion bending's sheer power makes it one of the most formidable abilities when properly controlled. In second place, we have bloodbending, one of the darkest and most feared specialized forms of waterbending. This technique allows the user to manipulate the water inside the bodies of living creatures, essentially taking control of their movements. Hama first discovered bloodbending while imprisoned, and it quickly became notorious for its sinister potential. Bloodbending is strongest during a full moon when a waterbender's abilities are at their peak, but some skilled practitioners, such as Yakon and Amon, have managed to perform bloodbending without the aid of the moon. This ability is not just limited to controlling a person's movements, it can also be used for more malicious purposes, such as stopping someone's heart or severing Kai paths to strip away their bending abilities, as Amon demonstrates. While it's an incredibly dangerous technique, its use is heavily regulated, and in the case of Republic City, bloodbending was outlawed due to its extreme nature. Its devastating potential, coupled with its moral and ethical implications, places bloodbending as one of the most powerful bending techniques. Taking the top spot at number 1 is Energybending, an ancient and profoundly powerful bending art that allows the user to manipulate a person's life energy. Energybending predates the existence of the 4 main elements and the creation of the Avatar, originating with the lion turtles, who once used it to grant people the ability to bend elements. However, after the lion turtles' role as protectors ended, the knowledge of energybending was largely lost. The only known practitioners by the time of the last Airbender were the Avatar, with Aang being the first to use it in modern times. Aang used energybending to strip Phoenix King Ozai of his firebending, a significant moment in the series. The process of energybending is incredibly risky and requires immense spiritual understanding, as it can either restore or take away a person's bending, or even impart instant knowledge. The ability to restore someone's bending, like Aang did for Korra, shows its immense potential for healing and balance. As the Avatar's ultimate power, energy bending stands as the most potent and versatile bending art, capable of altering the course of history and offering the Avatar unmatched control over life and bending itself. So, that's the end of this video. If you like the video, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell to get notified on my latest video, and if you like more Avatar content like this, tell me in the comments section below.